So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom. I was away in Ludlow for a few days a couple of weeks ago, and being surrounded by all the medieval stuff there made me have a hankering to do another unit for my quite large War of the Roses collection. And so I took delivery of some packs from Claymore Castings, and I'm planning to turn these into a small unit of Scottish men-at-arms to accompany the battalia I have of Scottish northern-based troops, which are under the command of Margaret of Anjou. So I thought, while I'm doing it, let me open up the camera and take some film of what they look like and also what I do with them. So let's do that right now. So I believe these are new figures that Claymore have just put on sale. So this is OT49, early 15th century European men-at-arms. And I just think it's amazing. Look at this. Look at this dude. Now I'm planning to use these as Scottish lords, as I said. Now I'm not precious about the armour being absolutely bang on. And my reckoning, look at that guy, that is awesome, is that, you know, armour was expensive, and you tended to pass it on. Unless you're extremely wealthy, you didn't buy new armour. You tended to reuse what your father, your grandfather used to use, if you possibly could, or what you captured on the battlefield. So that's my theory with these men-at-arms. They're going to be wearing a ragtag collection, some of which is up to date, some of it's a little older, because that's what I think would have happened. This guy, loved the, he's got the hammer, he's got a good old moustache in there. He's going to be great fun. Gabion on there by the look of it. Yeah, it's going to be great fun. You have various shields now. I think these are the problem. I'll probably swap these shields out because they look too European in nature. That one's a jousting shield, I think. Yeah, so I might swap those. I've got loads of spare shields. So that's that. Then this one is one of their well, I'm going to say older packs, but it's not that old. This is OT01 Command Pack 2. Again, nice figures. Love this guy with his turned chopper. Another one here with his turned chopper. Not quite so animated on that one, a bit more static. Also, that's got a little bit of flashing on, which I'm going to clear up. This guy, a grizzled veteran for my Scottish unit. And this one, yeah, he's ready for the standard, doesn't he? He's ready to have the standard in there. Got to have standards. A few of them got a bit bent in transport, which is slightly annoying, but it is what it is. They're not, none of them too badly damaged. So that's that. What's the next one? This is OT10. Which is Knights Pack 2. Again, I think that's quite an older style of helmet. Again, that pointed face helmet, which is pretty good. This dude here, I might also make him a standard bearer as well. I might have two standards in this unit because standards is cool. My plan is to make this a small unit of men-at-arms. Love this guy, fantastic. I mean, he means business. He's obviously wandering along with a big old axe or hammer to cause mayhem in the lines. And indeed, with this pack, you get various options here in terms of weapons. You've got these sort of axey type ones like this. Another one there. Pole arms of various descriptions. You can see the metal is a bit soft, so we'll see how that goes. You've also got some big old mace there. Did they have a two-handed mace? I don't know. I guess they would have done. It's just a normal axe, normal sword. and various options of shields, which I like as well. That's them. Put them out of the way. And then finally, for this purchase, this is OT47, which again I think is one of the newer options. This is it's Men at Arms Pack 2, I believe. That's what they call it. Look at this dude. He means business. Look at him. Fantastic figure. There's this one. Oops. Head's at a bit of an angle, but maybe he's been hit by somebody with a mace. But again, this needs a bit of tidying up. Got a lot of armour on that guy. He's even got shin pads. Perfect for Scots. Love this one too. Getting weapons a bit bent. We'll have to make sure that's straight enough. But yeah, looks like he means business, doesn't he? And then finally, this one with the big old falchion. Very nice indeed. So there you go. So that's the 4 packs I bought. They are going to be repurposed as Scots. And I'm going to paint them up into, as I said, a small unit, which is going to be perfect, I think, for this. There are I started looking into which lords to focus on for this, but in the end, having a mate who is into medieval history, like Martin, 7th son, I just sent him a message and say, can you tell me any lords that accompanied Margaret of Anjou in her campaigns in the north of England during the Wars of the Roses? And apparently it was quite a difficult question. It took him several hours, so I'm pleased I didn't waste the time doing it, because if it took him several hours it would have taken me days. So he found me 2 lords, and I'm going to probably focus it on Douglas, because frankly it's got the easiest heraldry. But there's some. He points out that it's not necessarily certain that there were any Scottish lords that accompanied Margaret. The texts just talk about Northerners accompanying her, and apparently there was a bit of a civil war going on in Scotland at that time. So possibly the lords were doing busy elsewhere, knocking the shit out of each other. But for my unit, I'm going to base it around. I think his name was Douglas. Because he's a nice, easy one to do, and also it's a nice red. But heraldry is basically red with a white sort of pattern of some description on it. So anyway, I'm going to build these up, put the shields on, undercoat them, and then we'll have a look at them once they're finished. And there you go. There's the Claymore figures painted up. In the end, I went with Hamilton, first Lord Hamilton. After my extensive research, aka I just asked Martin, 7th son, because he knows more about this period than I will ever know. The thing was that apparently it's inconclusive whether Margaret of Anjou actually had any Scottish knights with her when she invaded the north of England during the War of the Roses, and because there was a civil war going on in Scotland and they weren't sure, it's not very clear whether any of the lords would have left because they were too busy fighting each other. But I've decided that Lord Hamilton put aside his personal grievances to support Margaret in her claim to reclaim the crown of England. These are in his colours. So you can see the standard is the red one with those sort of white flowery things. I've done some pathetic attempts of doing them on the shields and on the surcoats of the figures that've got them. The unit's also carrying Margaret of Anjou's flag that she had when she was queen or consort in England, so I thought that was appropriate to put with this unit. They're lovely figures, I have to say, these Claymore ones. They always come out nicely. Now, my only issue, the guy with the big axe on the right here as he comes round, that axe broke. The hilt of that broke off, and it's taken a couple of goes of sticking it back on. I'm not sure how long it's going to last in the pressure environment of a battle, which is, as I said when I was opening up the packs, some of those weapons look very soft metal, and indeed they are, which is my one criticism of these figures. I think they're beautiful, I think they are well sculpted, but I think the weapons are a little on the soft side. In fact, the guy with the turning sword at the front there looks like he's got a bent sword, so I'm going to have to bend that back as well. Such is the way of things. I guess it's, you know, metal's expensive. Maybe that's something to do with it. Anyway, nicely, they came out nicely. You know, they're not going to win any prizes, but I'm very happy with the effect. From 3 foot away on the table, these are going to look grand. Actually, I thought it was going to do a small unit, but actually it's turned into a regular size unit. In the convention we use for Hail Caesar, or the adaptation of Hail Caesar that we use for playing War of the Roses, basically a regular unit, a regular size unit is 3 bases of 6 by whatever. Then a small is 2 bases of 6 by whatever. These are on 6 by 4s, I believe, and so the middle section's got 6 figures. The other 2 have got 5, and you barely would know the difference. I quite like that sort of irregular formation. So there you go. What can I say about them other than that? Painted them with different base colours for the armour. So some of them have got a more goldy tinge to them, some of them got a more black, and some have got a more standard sort of I guess gunmetal, plate metal colour, and simply that was done just purely by using different contrast paints. So for the more black one, I used Black Legion, or whatever the contrast paint is, over a grey base. For the goldy coloured ones, I used is it Agurax June, I think it is, over a again over a grey, light grey background, and the more standard ones were literally done just with plate metal. Now, what I did in the sequence, which is a bit different from me, so I, having undercoated all these figures with grey, I then painted the armour next, and then I dry brushed the entire figure with a more silvery, silvery silver, just very lightly over the top, just to sort of bring out some of the edges, and then I painted the skin and the surcoats and what have you. And it kind of, I think it worked nicely. And then I think after the surcoats, I then gave everything a wash, and then highlighted the surcoats a bit, and also a little bit more on the armour where I thought it was appropriate. And I'm quite pleased with how they came out. So there you go. There's Lord Hamilton's burly group of Scottish men-at-arms ready to support Margaret of Anjou in her attempts to retake the throne of England. For her husband, of course. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Let me know what you think of Claymore figures. I mean, I think they've got to be some of the finest there are out there. Certainly their newer ranges have been just absolutely awesome. Yeah, particularly the archers. Particularly the archers, who are just unbelievably good. But these knights are also, or these men-at-arms are also extremely good. I do like the new packs as well very much. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share, do all that good funky YouTube stuff, and I'll see you again soon. This is Dom, signing out.